Story time. I got a story time for you.
Yo, I have a story I need to tell everybody. But this just popped up into my mind and I felt like I need to share this. But yeah, so I'll just get right into this story because I don't want this to be a super long video. I remember, I think, going to the movies with my friend. It was with my friend Brandon, and you've probably seen him on a couple of my videos here. I went to the movies with him and these two other people. So he's driving us home. So they dropped them off first because we live closer together. So I was going to be dropped off last. So drops him off, drops the other girl off, whatever. So to get, like, to turn around where we were, we had to go along the road, right? And we had to go, like, around to this area. So we're driving along. Sorry. We're driving along and it's pitch black, by the way. It's literally like, I think 1 or 2 in the morning. So we're going, as we're driving slowly, like our beams are on, obviously you can see ahead of us. And there's a car there and it's just sitting there, right? So I'm like, oh, that's weird. This isn't like a parking lot area and it's so far away from the building. I was like, why is there a random car there? But I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, it's weird, there's a random car there. So we're talking and I'm like, oh, look at that car. Wouldn't it be funny if like someone was in there? And as we're pulling up near the car, so the car's like here, so we're pulling up, so I'll use the compass. So the car's parked here, just by itself, there's nothing else there. So because we have to go in and then to back up to turn out, right? So we're pulling in and we pull up about a couple feet, so here's the car, like we pulled up like here. So a couple spaces away from the car. I look at the car and I see this black figure and I see like his head come up from, like as if he was grabbing something from the bottom, and I was like, what the hell is that? I see him turn his head and he's looking at me and he's just staring at me, and I was like, Brandon, there's someone in the car. His car was turned off, by the way, okay? His car was turned off. He's sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, drive. Like this feeling in me was like, get out of there. So he turns the car quickly and he backs up. We start going. 3 seconds later, this guy's car turns on, okay? And he starts coming out and he's following us out the same way we're coming. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? So I look back as we're driving and he's following us and he starts freaking out because he's like, oh my god, this guy's following us. And we knew he was following us because literally every turn we made from getting out of there, he had made. So we're driving and I see in the distance, because we drove really fast away from the building, and we see like, there's like not that much cars on the road. Excuse me. And I look back and I see his car speeding up behind us. Eventually we made a couple turns and we started to like drive regular, and then he like tricked him. We turned into like this one street, turned back around, came out, and then started going the opposite way on the road versus going this way we were. And we see him in the distance as we're driving towards him now to pretend like oh my god, like, you know, to trick him, right? So we're like, oh my god, like, and then we see him turn into this other street and we tricked him and he followed, and then we passed this guy. Yo, we went so quick and luckily we lost him, and it was so scary. Just even talking about it right now, just like what was he doing? Like, you have to think logically here. Like if somebody's just sitting there in the dark, cars turned off, like in a secluded area out in the woods, okay? It wasn't like the woods, but it was just all trees around it. Like it was all trees off far from the building. What if he was waiting for a girl to walk by so he can go by and grab her? Like, you don't know. Like, it's just uncanny that we just happened to pull up next to him, look at him in the secluded area, 2 in the morning. As we're leaving, he turns his car on and starts following us for like 5-10 minutes. Clamshell. Nah, girl. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah, I hope you like this little story I shared with you in this little rant. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you guys later. And yeah, deuces.